My name is Alessia Piga. I'm 22 years old and I was born in the island of Sardinia, in Cagliari. So I'm from Italy. And I did my high school there. I attended high school in Sardinia. And then I decided that I wanted something more. So I moved to Tuscany because part of my family is originally from Tuscany, and I had the possibility to study in Siena, which is a beautiful city, and I always went there on vacation, so it was sort of a dream to go there. So when I was 18, actually the day after I graduated from high school, I sort of applied for my new university. My bachelor was in economics and management, and it was a program completely taught in English because I said, well, of course it would be more, it would be easier to study in Italian, but in English it would be challenging. And then I moved there, and I started having my first experiences far from home. And then I applied for my first Erasmus, and I studied management and economics in Erasmus. I was in Germany, in a city called Magdeburg. And I studied for 6 months, then came back, caught up with what I left in Italy. And actually, the experience in Germany was the one that made me understand that I wanted to study marketing, because I attended a course called Marketing Performance Management. So I realized that it was something that triggered my interest very much. And yes, then I already knew what I wanted to do, so I started to collect some information about different masters around Europe. In the meantime, I also applied for my second Erasmus. It's called overseas program, but the concept is basically the same. And I went to Moscow, Russia. And it was a very, very challenging, amazing experience. Unfortunately, half the way in, it got ruined by COVID. But it's also it's a very good memory. Culturally, it was the best thing I could ever wished for. And in the meantime, I had decided that Vienna was my, WU was the university I wanted to where I wanted to go. So of course, in the meantime, I had applied. There were some other masters as a backup. But actually, I was very lucky because the admission offer from Vienna arrived on the 5th of March. I was in Russia at the time, and I was very, very happy. And yeah, I accepted in 2 hours, just the time to tell my families and close ones. And I started the marketing master program at WU. And I moved in Vienna at the beginning of September, and I also started to work there as a student assistant. So I have a pretty good insight now on the program, people working there, and yeah, really like that. I never went to Austria before the beginning of my master program. The only reason why I wanted to study there than anywhere else, it was for the program, because I realized that I very much like the quantitative part, and I guess that the majority of all the other programs were more oriented to the managerial part, which I think is very good. But one of sort of disadvantages from my bachelor program, which, as I said, it was economics and management, you learn a lot of theory when it comes to management, but of course you don't have the chance to take decisions as a student. While now, as I'm studying, for example, marketing research, design analysis, it was very, very good. We designed questionnaires and work with software, the software R. So it was giving insight to what I actually can do in the future when I will start working. And I already took this path to the more quantitative side of the subject, because I did my thesis in statistics, and I did a research thesis in my bachelor. And it's usually something that people don't do, but I wanted to learn something, to do something. So I actually collected data myself, asked people one-to-one. I wasn't even done it online. And it's a work I'm very proud of. So the master program in marketing in Vienna had this orientation towards a practical approach, where I'm actually learning a skill and not pure knowledge, because I guess that the balance between these two things is very, very important. And as I said, if I can prove at some point in my life that I didn't just acquire the knowledge of the books, but I can prove already when I will start working that I can do stuff, it will be very good. In Italy, there were not many chances to keep on studying marketing in English. There were like a few, but I wasn't fully convinced. So I talked to my parents, and they said, do what you think is right for yourself, because it would be terrible if you start studying a program you don't fully like, because it's your specialization and it will be your job, it will be your future. This master's prepares you for handling many tasks, responsibilities, coordination with peers at the same time. Like, it means that you have to schedule meetings, you have to attend other meetings that would be class, but in the job would be something different. But then you have also to carry on your part of the work. They will have to be coordinated with your group members. And as I said, I mean, it's my first semester, so I guess that a lot is coming. But I guess that a part of data science is very important. So according to what maybe you can choose among the electives in the next year, you can become data scientist or prepare for doing campaigns on social media. It all depends about how you want to evolve. I already know that I really want to focus on the technicalities, because I remember when I was already in high school, I was doing a scientific orientation high school. And I remember that I really liked to solve math problems until night. I had to stay there until I got the perfect result, the perfect graph and so on. And I really see myself doing it again now, which is something I really missed during the bachelor, because now that we are using, we're coding a little bit for statistical results and so on. I won't get too much in detail. I really like, even if it's midnight or 1 a.m., if my code doesn't work, it has to work. And it gives me so much reward and satisfaction, because of course I will be tired and so on. But solving a problem really makes me feel good. And I guess that even if you're tired, then if you provide value and support to your team, it feels great. I guess that it gives to every student the foundation for being autonomous and creative, for as I said, designing a strategy. And I will give a practical example, maybe people that will be watching. Sometimes we have some discussions where we are given a case study, and the time to come up with a solution is not that long. It will be maybe 30 minutes, 40 minutes, and we are divided in small groups, and we have to brainstorm in a very short time. and prepare already like how we want to implement the numbers, everything. So as I said, I probably don't have the knowledge yet to say the part about social media marketing or digital marketing is better or something like that than the part that prepares you for big data analysis. But what I can say is that you start from a point where you feel so much insecure about your skills acquired maybe in the past, and you're like, oh yes, I can do something, but I cannot do it fully on my own. But then the more you go on, the more you actually stay in front of the computer and develop a project, details that matter, the more you understand, I can do it on my own, and you really want to do it on your own. Like every research that you do with your project, you ask more questions and you want to dig deeper and deeper, and it makes you feel like you want to carry on tasks on your own. And if you find a job that lets you do that, to develop all your interests, and I think it would be great. And I think that if a student, like a graduate master student, talk about passionately about how it's amazing to discover things and to research things, I think that success is not like 100% granted, but it's a very good starting point. I guess that this semester was absolutely challenging because we started like on campus, but then we had to switch because of COVID-19. But I have to say that the quality of teaching was amazing. I have nothing to complain about. Of course, the situation on campus was a little bit different, and of course it would have been like easier to have a different relationship with professors, but we also had many coaching sessions, like just our groups and the professor, and they were very, very good at answering all our questions, all our doubts, and also available to if we needed to reach out by email. And and they always provide very valuable feedback. And that's the most important part, that when you receive a feedback, it has all the information you need to improve on your next project. And receiving such feedback, which is tailored to what you actually did, because I will just make a comparison. Sometimes in my previous university experience, you do an exam, but you receive a grade, but don't know very much what is right and what is wrong. But here you do a project where you invested hours of work, and then you have to improve, and you have a list of how to improve it. So you can actually read a sort of short report about what you did and how to do it better. And it's very good. I mean, I think that the quality of teaching is what makes this program brilliant. It's not just going to university, it's being part of a community, it's being part, it's your cohort, your professors, your group mates, it's your team. It's a very large team divided in other teams that, you talk to them every day, and it makes your day in a way. Even besides the stress that, of course, a master program carries with it, but it's a lovely routine. I can refer both to my exam experiences in Italy, Germany, and Russia. So the main difference is that in my bachelor, at least, I would say 95% of all the courses I attended were you study for one exam, and then you have one chance, one exam where you have to give your best. It's probably a very short exam, you don't have much time, and it's just like knowledge. You either have to write a lot, multiple choice, but you haven't done much, you haven't developed your own ideas. But the first thing that I really like about WU is that your projects are graded, are part of your final grade. So you're constantly receive assessment, evaluation, feedback throughout the whole semester. So it means that, of course, you will receive the theoretical knowledge, but at the same time, you will be working autonomously for the individual assignments and for a larger group projects. Some courses have like different group projects, but the main difference is that you are learning practical skills. You are learning how to cooperate. You're learning how to also be a better person, to shape a little bit all the part of yourself that you don't actually, those parts of your personality that might be a little bit unpleasant when you're working on your own because you have your own time. But when you start sharing, I guess by now has been 7 group projects with the same people, you really feel like you want to be the best teammate. You want to be the best player, and everybody wants to give 100%. And if you win as a team, and you also get a good grade overall. So again, I mean, it's very difficult to tell a bachelor student how much it can change us. But the best thing is that what you learn, you don't forget it the day after. And this is what it might happen with like theoretical knowledge if it's not promptly applied. When I applied first at WU, I didn't look at the pictures of the campus. I saw the first picture of the library. I think I already got my admission offer, and I was like, whoa, that's a spaceship. It's like, it's amazing. I cannot wait to be there. And I remember because I already seen pictures, so I was so excited about getting into the building for the first time. And I even recorded a video of myself while I'm entering in there the first time. And I'm just saying, whoa, 1,000 times. And I mean, everything looks new. I mean, of course it looks new because the campus is new, but it looks like it's not a university. It's like already you're in a company, which is a spaceship, which is the best you can get. As I said, this is the 4th university I visit, and I was absolutely amazed. And also, you have enough space when you're like sitting at a table to get notes. And this is not something to take for granted, because sometimes many classrooms at university are just try to fill as many students as you can so that you have your computer, but then you don't know where to put everything, and it feels like uncomfortable. The classroom are also designed for a program in which every track, because we are divided in track A or track B, and in track A we are 30 people. Like you have room for every student, so you have your own table and you can set everything, and you have a space, so you can have everything you want, and it makes you feel comfortable. Like it's a pleasure to stay in class, and also when, for example, you take a break, it's very nice to walk down the hallway. Vienna is absolutely perfect. Every building, every park, garden, everything looks absolutely perfect. Even too much sometimes. And it's very, very nice to walk in Vienna. It's the perfect city to walk. It's not that big. According to like the district where you're living in, it doesn't take that much to get to the center. So it's very, very nice. Also, by being a student, you get, I would call it a semester ticket, where all the public transports in the city, you don't pay that much, you don't pay the full price. So just to give an orientation, I think that the full price will be 300 something, and we pay 75 for 6 months, and everything is for free. In the website, there are some information, useful information about all the websites that you can check for finding if you prefer like a private accommodation or a student dorm. And every option has different price ranges, because there are like, if you want, for example, to live in a dorm alone, like in a sort of your own apartment in a dorm, if you want to share the dorm with someone else, there are different options. So whatever you want to find, I mean, the more you pay, the best premium office you get. But I actually got a private accommodation, because as a student during my Erasmus, I already went in a dorm twice. So I wanted to try a different experience, and I also found the website in the list suggested by the university, which was very helpful. And about prices, I would say that Vienna is expensive, but in some ways it's also depends very much about the person you are, and because I guess it depends at some point about how much you want to enjoy your social life, because the normal groceries are not that expensive, and yeah, I mean you have to pay a rent, but it's not. You can find whatever suits you best, from the lowest one to 600 and more, and the lowest one I think it can be around 300. So I would say that no, it's not that expensive compared to probably other options. And about the integration, I think it's very important to talk about the kickoff course, which was organized in the first 3 days of the master. And some days previous to the beginning of the master, we had to upload a 1-minute video where we would have talked about ourselves. And then we would have watched the videos of the whole cohort. So that the morning I arrived there, I was actually very happy. I recognized so many faces, and it was like, oh, you said that thing. I was like, oh yes, it's me, it's you. It was fun. It was a great idea, and the program management really nailed that part. It started with an introduction in general of the program, technical information. But then we already had the first day in the evening some sessions where we had to work in groups, talks about the values. This is something that really made me think, because usually at university you might not think about how values, morals is important in general for the overall success of cooperation. So we expressed what we thought about being, for example, a good group member and things like that. I would not say that this is an easy program. I would not say that this is a program where you can enjoy your social life 100%. No, it's not. It's a very time-consuming program. It means that you will spend probably even nights. It depends on how you prefer to manage your time. It means that you must be 100% with your mind in whatever you're doing. It means commitment, it means effort, it means patience, because all the good things require time. And so I would not say if you pick Vienna, if you pick WU, you pick it because you will have a very wonderful experience about the people, the place, an amazing campus, amazing teaching. But you know that by coming to Vienna, you're committing to becoming a better person, a better person, a better player for your team. And you know that your next 2 years will be crazy. I have to say crazy, absolutely. But at the end of the day, you will feel like you know something more. Every night before going to sleep, you will say, today I learned this. And actually, it's something that I do every night. I have a diary and I say, today I learned this. And slowly but steady, I'm happier.